Father Boy, our chaplain, Sister Babeth, our Superior General, the Carmelites of Our Lady, devotees to Our Lady of Mount Carmel, neighbors here, sisters, mayong fiesta. Fiesta, celebrating fiesta amidst GCQ naman tanong. Oh yeah, mayo galing kay GCQ na ta. Fiesta is like a respite from thinking so much about COVID. While coming here, I was asking Liboy, Liboy, the driver of the Carmel nuns. And then, I said, Liboy, naabaroy lechon? Liboy loves lechon. And then said, naamatingal ito? Yeah. My thoughts are, how can we celebrate the traditional fiesta, our usual fiesta, kaniba na itong fiesta nga aligri man yun eh. And we are facing a pandemic. It's a global reality that we face, and many people have died. Many people have been depressed. Homes are a bit in a difficult situation now. It's like an oasis in the desert. Kabalo mo unsay oasis, mura ba og little rest from all these anxieties of what is going to happen, tensions in our community, in our homes. And celebrating fiesta could be that, no? We begin to talk about not only lechon or kasadya, but begin to look at life in its whole totality. Especially because we are facing reality now. We cannot be in denial nga wa bay siguro nig magtakod din hidang mo. Diba? Mo kumpiyansa ganing ng mga tao, mo balik na pud og taas ang COVID count, no? I heard, I was reading in the newspaper nga nibalik na pud ang pagsaka sa US. So murag sige tagabantay ana ba? And the new normal is to take responsibility, to take precautions in the way we interact with one another. So hopefully, after this fiesta nga naatoron din walay walay mahitabo. So today, I would like to meditate with you how to celebrate this feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel at this time. Pope Francis has been challenging us Catholics na kaning atong faith is not laboratory museum faith. Kana bang naandan ra ba nga Katoliko serado, kandado? No. It has to be a living faith. We are facing reality, and how are we going to celebrate? Fiesta, Our Lady of Mount Carmel, and more than food for our bodies, maybe food for our soul. Today, as we face realities, at the same time, we have devotion to Our Lady of Mount Carmel. My inspiration is coming from our readings today. You know, the original inspiration of Our Lady of Mount Carmel was the prophet Elijah. It was in the top of Mount Carmel that was being read today, but before this reading, there was the slaughter. So it was violent. It was a violent setting. After the contest between Elijah the prophet and the prophets of Baal, we were about 450. Unya naghama silang offering, and then obviously in front of the people, ang offering ni Elijah, siya raman usa, babubuan bagyog tubig tong iyang offering 3 times. And then it was heard by Yahweh. It was the offering that was accepted. Katong the prophet Baal nga ilahang offering bisag unsaon nilag singgit wa gyud madungog. And then after that there was the slaughter of Elijah was responsible for the slaughter of the prophets. So it was violent. And the message there was, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is the true God. not the God that was promoted by the gods, the prophets of Baal. And this is the time when probably Elijah was in regret, or maybe after the violence, he was, his face is between his knees, and he asked his servant to eat while he was praying. And then there was the vision. There was Elijah was asking his servant, "What do you see?" And then the servant said, "I see nothing." And then after that, 7 times, "See again." And then he saw a cloud. You know, when we face realities, the prophetic task that we have. Remember, during our baptism, we become partakers of the prophetic role, or the prophetic gift. We have that prophetic gift for all of us who are baptized. And the prophetic gift, as Elijah is telling us, is to see and see and see again. Kalagmitan manggod nato na atay automatic seeing, na anak kay bias aning tawhana, bisag unsa pa iyang buhaton, that's how you see him. Define. Nanapoy kuan, nanapoy namatay, unsa man na, COVID? So, but you know, the prophetic gift that we have, that we need to recover, is to see and see again. Prophets are not foretelling future events. Prophets are those who see again and again where God is inviting us, where God is present in our reality. Natingala bitaw ko nga ron, no, nga I'm actually trying to feel through the families today nga numang daghang realities of depression at home. Maybe home is not home. Home is just purely a building, but I don't feel secure. I don't feel at home in my own home. What's happening in the home? We don't have to make conclusions like Elijah and the servant. We need to see again. It's a living faith, a faith that sees the mystery. When we see God, it's our own capacity to see is very limited. That's why we need to see again. If there are worries, there are problems at home or in the congregation or in the neighborhood, where are you, God? Where do you want us to see? The famous revelation of Yahweh. Remember, Elijah was expecting Yahweh to be in the fire, but Yahweh was not in the fire. The strong wind, but Yahweh was not in the strong wind. Maybe Elijah was expecting that. In the earthquake, no, Yahweh was not in the earthquake. It was only in a gentle breeze. So when we are calm, all our worries, we take time to sit down and see again, maybe in the gentleness of our hearts, the gentle breeze of our mind come, then we can see the invitations of God to make our faith alive today. And who is our model here? Mama Mary, you know, Our Lady of Mount Carmel, the congregation, the spirituality of the Carmelites is grounded on what happened to Elijah. And Mama Mary is there to help us see, to accompany us in our seeing. But we need to face our realities. You know, in the gospel reading today that was proclaimed, look at Mary, you know, he was facing evil. And what was the evil? Yang anak gi-murder. Here. for doing good. Kamo karong mga mama dinto, what will you do? He was murdered for doing good. Ang iyang mga apostles, sa mga tao nga iyang gitabangan, all deserted him, and even ni balimbing, they were crucifying him. The church and the state were conniving, conspiring against this. He was the most lonely guy there, and there was the mother standing. Wala ganing siya magbinatay og hilak. He was trying to see the mystery. It was not grief or anger or resentment that was overpowering Mary while he stood. It was contemplating the mystery. Usahay man gud when we are so overwhelmed by our reality nga too much anger or too much depression, murag mapildi ta ba? Instead of standing, we are into our depressed mode. But Mary, in the face of reality of evil, even if it was unjust, she stood, contemplating on the mystery. God, I am the mother of Jesus. What do you want me to do? Where are you inviting me? Tingali ka mo karon. If you are a parent of the millennials, I am a mother of a millennial. Where do you want us to go? But Mary just simply hold the reality. You know, it's not thinking. Kaya kung ma-thinking, it will be more thoughts and more thoughts, but holding, being there, holding the mystery. I don't understand. But I know that God is here. I don't see it. I need to see it again and again. And hopefully, my response is, like Mary, like John, he took Mary in her home, in his home. To take Mary in our home when you go home from this chapel is to allow this woman to sit in our heart, to be able to see our realities of pain, suffering, of joys, holding this mystery that God is here, the God who is constantly communicating to us in our realities. And Mary is there to accompany us, to guide our thoughts, to calm our mind. She is the feminine face of God, Mary, our mother. So as we continue to celebrate this fiesta, maamatingalan niya ikuan, gamay nga salo-salo, and may this fiesta be an oasis, a respite from all our worries about COVID. And may God, who gifted us Mary to be our mother, our companion of living the mystery of our lives, will continue to touch our lives through the gift of Mary, our mother. May our lives also be, we become fellow companions on the journey called life. So we congratulate the Carmelite Sisters of Our Lady's congregation for this community here, and our blessing, may the blessing of Our Lady of Mount Carmel be upon you and your homes as you take her to your home.